Hello and good afternoon, everyone. This is Sourcing Premier League's Level 1 webinar. You can hear my voice clearly. I hope you guys can hear my voice. Okay, so great. I hope you guys can hear my voice very clearly. So, welcome to Level 1 webinar from Sourcing Premier League. I hope you guys are enjoying the first level of the contest. So any views, we will always like to hear from you. You can tweet using hashtag SPL15 or you can put it up on Facebook as well. So please let us know if you are really enjoying the contest. So we'll be running in through some basics initially. We also did a webinar last year when we started Sourcing Adda. So we are going back to the very basics, which is Boolean search string and few advanced Google operators, which will make your life certainly very easy while sourcing on portals, or be it LinkedIn or on Google as well. So today's guest and host is me itself, Chinmay here. I guess you guys know me already. I'm a trainer with SourcePro. I take care of sourcing trainings especially. So about Sourcing Premier League, I also have a co-host here, Sheetal, who is taking care of the SPL. So Sheetal, can you just tell us about Sourcing Premier League and the important dates which should be looking for?
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Sheetal here, working for Sourcing Adda. Uh, I hope you guys are enjoying the first level. Well, there would be 15 questions for level 1, and it has already started on 15th of July, and it will end on July 25th. And the level 2 will start on 25th of July and will end on August 4th. And level 3 will start on 4th of August and will end on 14th of August.
Okay, so the last date to register as a contestant or company is 22nd July. After that, you won't be able to participate in this contest. So even though the level 1 has already started, you can register until 22nd of July. So we already have received more than 50 companies who will be participating for the leaderboard, and we have around more than 200 contestants participating as individuals. So last date to register is 22nd July. We already had 50% of responses for the level 1, and there are a couple of submissions almost every day. So thank you for that response, and whoever has not yet registered yet or haven't submitted the answers, please do so. About level 1, you already might be knowing that there are 50 questions and all are MCQ types. Level 2 and level 3, we are not going to disclose the design of the levels yet. So as soon as level 2 is on, you will get to know how it is designed. So looking forward for all your participation, guys. So today we are going to basically cover the basics, the search operators, the modifiers, and advanced Google operators. So first of all, very basic, why do we focus on the Boolean search? Well, it is a mathematical formula which has been developed by George Boole. We already know that, and all the database and search engines are basically based on the Boolean logic. So whenever you are using Boolean search strings on these search engines, you get quite accurate results as compared to only using keywords. So this will help you to save down your time and also get to only display the relevant results and exclude all the irrelevant results. So it will give you a targeted search as such. So the first Boolean search string. So the audience here with us might be quite familiar with all the Boolean search strings, but I'm going to run through each of them. This is what this is the topic what the webinar is about. So the first Boolean operator is AND. So by using AND, basically you focus on having these two keywords in your search. So when you're using AND between two keywords, you you will be in your search, you can see both the keywords. So I've pasted a screenshot of a example search and using sales and retail as one of the keywords. So when you're doing and, you will have both the keywords in your search results. Now the Boolean operators like and, or, and not will work exactly the same way as they work on job portals, on LinkedIn, and on your Google as well, and a couple of other search engines. So the basic ones are really important here. So and will give you two keywords here. So I've got some another examples for you, so I'll be running those. So very basic example. Basically, I'm trying to search for Java, Spring, and Hibernate, and if you can see, Google has made those keywords bold in the search results. Okay. So another example is vehicle and testing. So you can see vehicle testing together or anywhere in the page. It can be on two different places as well, but in one single page. Okay. So moving on to the second one is OR. So OR gives us the flexibility of finding one of the keywords which are mentioned in ORs. So whenever you're using OR, make sure that you use brackets so that it gives us a proper result. So when I'm doing sales or database as a search, it gives me result as either sales or either database, and sometimes you will also find both the keywords in one search. Okay, but if there is one of the keywords mentioned here, then Google will definitely search for you. So let's run a quick search for OR. So mobile or tablet. So all the results will give me either mobile pages containing the word mobile, or pages containing the word tablet, or both the keywords. I've got vehicle or design. So either vehicle or design. You can see second result only displays design keyword in a particular web page. So I hope you guys know how to read Google search results. So the blue thing on the top you see is the title of a web page. So a lot of the time this will be mentioned on the top. Sometimes it is into the source code as well. So a lot of time you open a link in a new tab and you find that the keywords which were mentioned as a title are not there in the page. So this happens because this is sometimes built in the code itself, but majority of the time it will be the title of the page. So the second line in green is basically the URL of this particular page, and whatever after that you see, the text part you see is the exact text which is in a particular web page. So and it also bolds the particular keyword which you are searching for. Now you see the word vehicle here, and then after a line you see there are a couple of dots here. So these dots represent a discontinuation of the paragraphs here. Okay. So while you are searching anything on Google, out of these Google search result, always read the results from the results page itself. Just see how valid these results will be before opening on into new tabs, because you will be opening a couple of tabs but you wouldn't find the relevant information. So go through the Google search results properly. Okay. So I've got another example here is Android or iOS or Windows. Okay, one more displaying .NET or .NET written in words. So if you see the first result, it displays as .NET in the title of the page, and the word .NET as in the text of a page. Now when you are searching for any keywords, Google will automatically search for its synonyms. So this is a new feature started recently. Earlier it used to search for the exact words. Now it will automatically search for most probable words, or it will also search for, say, different spellings accordingly. So if you want Google not to do that, then you can also use a single keyword in double quotes. So here I'm using .NET or .NET in keywords. That means whatever combinations we have, whatever skills we have in like optional skill sets, we should put them all in ORs. Okay. So the next operator is not. So not operator helps you to remove off all the irrelevant results, whether it's a search page, whether it's LinkedIn results page, or whether it's when you're searching on job portal. So the example I'm running is marketing minus business. So when I'm doing this, it is only searching for the word marketing, and it is removing off any results which will have business as a keyword in the search page. So I've got some example for not as well. So I'm searching for mobile, and I don't want the keyword tablet in any of the results. Okay, so now you can see the results, everything only mobile as a keyword is being searched. Then I have got Java developer as a search term and minus job. Okay, so whatever pages had the word jobs in it are automatically being removed off here. Okay, keyword marketing and sales. So normally if I search for marketing, I'll find a lot of results related to sales, but I don't want any page which will have the keyword sales in it. So I'm doing minus sales and removing off the sales keyword in the results page. So now we'll do some combination here. Okay, so I'm combining these operators. So I'm combining or and here. So I want to basically search for the keywords mobile or tablet, and along with that I want iOS or Windows. So a lot of time you get to run these searches. So basically it's a mobile application developer with iOS as a skill set or Windows as a skill set. Sometimes it is specific to tablet only, so development of tablet applications as well. So I've just picked up an example from here. Okay, so basically I'm giving Google the command either search for mobile or either search for tablet, and along with that I can have iOS or Windows. So the results will be as following. It will display me pages which have mobile or mobile and iOS. It will display me pages which have mobile and Windows, also tablet and iOS, and tablet and Windows. So I have got 4 combinations here. So any of the combinations match, it will display me in results. So for this particular result, you see the words as Windows, mobile and tablet. Everything is there, and or as it functions as and also sometime. Okay, so let's run another search. Now I'm using minus in one of the keywords. So I've got mobile and Android, and I do not want to display any pages which relate to tablet or have the word tablet. So you can see I've got Android mobiles or Android phones and mobile phones has different keywords in different places. So the word tablet does not appear in any of the search results. Okay, now I want to search for a page which has mobile or tablet but does not have the keyword Android in it. So maybe it might have keywords like iOS or Windows if you're talking about operating systems here. Okay, so you can see that results only display mobile as a keyword or tablet, and there is no mention of the keyword Android in any of the pages. So if you do not want a particular term want to appear in your search results for your CVs or Google or LinkedIn, make sure you use minus before that. What if you want to use multiple terms which you want to exclude? Then it can be minus the keyword and again minus and then Windows as a keyword. So any term you want to remove off, every term will have minus before that particular keyword. Okay, so if you want to add in more, it will be always space and then minus and then the keyword. So no space between the minus sign and the keyword sign. Okay, so we move on to some search modifiers which will help you to get the results quite accurately here. Okay, so the first modifier is parenthesis. Here parenthesis meaning the double quote sign. So whenever you will be searching for a particular term, if it has a space in it, it automatically becomes a term. If it does not have a space in it, it becomes a word. For word, you do not need to use double quotes. Okay, but a simple word like core Java might have different combination as core space Java. So here if you are searching for core space Java won't come up. in the Boolean search string, then you need to do core space Java in double quotes because it's a term now. Okay. So I've got a example of MVC which states model view controller. So what I'm doing is I'm using both the keywords. Now why I'm doing this is because some candidates might have written MVC as one of the skill set in their CVs. Some might have written model view controller and not MVC. So there is a possibility of candidates. Now most of the IT skill sets, there is a pattern these candidates follow, but there is a fixed some ratio of the candidates which might not follow this particular pattern of writing their resumes or their profiles. So in order to get everyone in your search results, make sure that you use the synonyms, make sure you use their full forms and all the combinations possible. Okay, now here this is just an example of MVC. What else you can do is, if you have any full form or a particular term, you can use it as it is. So I'm using a search Tata Consultancy Services, which I want to appear, I want Google to display it in the exact set of arrangement of words here. So it is Tata Consultancy Services and then CFO. Okay, second one I'm using is development and ASP.NET. Now if you see, I've used double quotes for ASP.NET. I understand there are a couple of other ways of writing this, but just for example purpose I'm using ASP.NET. Okay, and then I'm using Pune as a keyword and I'm removing off jobs from the searching. So now I just ran a search and I got a lot of other jobs, and I'll just show you how it came. So this was the search and I can see in a lot of Naukri results displaying jobs. So I want to remove of jobs. So I'll do minus job. Okay. Now what I see is lot of results from Just Dial. Now along with taking off a particular keyword, I can also remove of results from a particular domain. Okay. Now we'll come to site search later on, but if I do not want results coming in from one particular domain, I can remove that off as well. So here you can see almost the first 4-5 results, the first 3 results are coming in from Just Dial, which I do not want to see. So I'm going to use minus Just Dial here, so that no results, no pages from this particular domain will show up in the results. So now I've taken off results from Just Dial, and now what I see is the keyword development and the keyword ASP.NET as well. Okay. Now another example or another way of searching would be typing the exact keywords a candidate might be writing on his profile or on his CV. Okay, I'm a Cisco certified network associate here. So you can see people are actually writing the exact the way I'm searching for. Okay, on their LinkedIn profiles or on their blogs or on their online resumes as well. Okay. So another search example, social media manager and e-commerce. Now again we can have more combinations for e-commerce with a space, without a space, and so on. Okay. So the results I am able to see is the people who have exactly written social media manager as their job title, or maybe a page which has mentioned this set of keywords as it is. And I'm doing minus job because I saw a lot of jobs coming up. That's why I'm removing off jobs from here. So this is parenthesis. Next is asterisk. Well, asterisk is basically simple as fill in the blanks. Okay, so if you want to replace it with some set of words, you can put asterisk. On the example on your screen, you see is I'm using double quotes here, and I'm also using an asterisk. So I want the exact set of keywords. So asterisk will be replaced by any of the word available on the web, and after that it will have support manager in sequence, and I'm doing minus job and minus jobs and Mumbai as one particular keyword. Now the results which you see is the asterisk is being replaced by the asterisk support manager is being replaced by application support manager. It is being replaced by technical support manager. The third result is replaced by customer support manager. So I'm basically giving Google an option to replace any word it finds before support manager in the exact sequence. Okay, so I've got a search string here. Okay, so I'm running asterisk sales manager, and along with that I want channel sales as a keyword, and then I'm removing of jobs and some sample resumes probably. So what I get to see is the profiles or the pages which have mentioned different words in place of the asterisk. So for example, here we have got channel sales manager, here we have got deputy sales manager, we have got regional sales manager, we have got zonal sales manager. So anything what it finds, it will replace with this asterisk. Okay, now I'm trying to say directly find if I can find some profiles of candidates. So the search string I'm using is software developer working at star. So normally this is the structure people would write, software developer working at so and so company. Okay, so here I'm putting Pune as an additional keyword, and the results what you see is people are writing software developer working at a large organization, or working at CMC Limited, or directly the name of the companies itself. So another example, let's run. Okay, so I want Android mobile application developer working at so and so company. Now here we are restricting it. So whenever you are using these double quote signs, the parenthesis sign, be extremely careful while using those, because when you are doing that, you are restricting your search results. So unless you are very sure of a particular term, you would be using those double quotes, and if it's a term. So here I'm doing Android mobile application developer. Now Android mobile application developer might be writing different types of keywords or job titles on their profile. Okay, so for example, it will be mobile apps, or mobile application development, or Android mobile apps. So different combinations. I'm using double quotes here. So Android mobile application developer, it is only restricting to these particular set of keywords as a phrase. Okay, and I want to display results saying that working at so and so company. Okay, so on the page what you can see is basically results of pages which display Android mobile application developer and working at so and so company. So the company is being replaced here by asterisks. Okay, so I hope it's clear till now and I'm not too fast here. Any questions in between, you can just put it on the chat box and I'll take those questions at the end, in the last 5-10 minutes. Okay, so I have shown you some graphical representation of how Boolean search strings will work. So if you want to add some keywords, if you want two keywords which are mandatory, you will be using add and. So all your mandatory skill sets will go into and. Okay, so or when there is an alternative to one particular keyword, or there is an alternative to another keyword. Okay, so for example, I'm searching for say a mobile application developer. So I don't care if he comes from an Android background, or he comes from iOS background, or Windows. Okay, so here my search string will be basically a developer or an engineer or anything, and I will be using in my after that first and in the ORs I'll be using Windows, Android, or iOS. So here I'm giving the option to the job portal or LinkedIn or Google to search any of these skill set. Okay, hence it will be displaying you more accurate results, and you will be covering all the entire database or the results which that particular search engine can index. Okay, so if you are coming up with a lot of profiles which have got say a particular term which you do not want to see, then you can use not as well. Okay, so using more ands will filter your results. Using more ors will broaden your search. Okay, so all the combinations, all the other compatible skills, or sometimes there are different skills to a particular skill, you can use or there. Okay, so make sure you're using all the combinations when you're using an or. Okay, and make sure using and between the keywords. So you want if two keywords, you can use and in between that. Okay, so when you once you do a combination, first figure out if you want to focus more on job title, if you want to focus more on a skill set, or any kind of database, or any kind of other keywords along with the main skill set. Okay, so for example, we are looking at say a chartered accountant. Okay, and the keyword would be auditing and finance and insurance or banking, whatever it is. So we can have these keywords in one bracket. okay, using ORs, and in the other bracket we can either have CA as one keyword, or we can have chartered accountant as one keyword. If you want to add in a university or as such, then make sure you are using that keyword as well. Again, using a lot of combinations for the university. So when you want to use ORs, be careful, or whenever you want to search candidates from a particular university, be careful, because these universities or these candidates might be writing the name of universities in different ways. Okay, so even in case of a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, there are different ways of writing one particular degree. But when it comes to IT skill sets, we know most of the time, say 90-95%, this is the only way of writing this particular skill set. So the spellings, the arrangement of words and all. So for example, core Java, say core Java would be mentioned most of the times with a space. You can also use without space. So hence covering people who have mentioned that keywords in that particular manner. Okay. Now that's here. So all the Boolean operators will work very finely on the search operators on LinkedIn and on job portal. There are few advanced Google operators which will work exclusive on Google only. Okay. So the first one is cite colon, which is also called as X-ray search. Okay, while using this particular command, you can filter search results coming in from one particular website only. So you might have visited some website and it gives you a search feature and it says powered by Google. So this is nothing but a X-ray fitted. It's embedded in a particular website. So if you search anything, it will only display your results coming in from that particular website. So let's see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to just do site colon. Okay, now there is no space between site colon and then the domain. So if you want to search what a domain of a particular company is, then you'll have to Google the company names or Google the platform name or anything you want to X-ray and then find out the domain. So for a domain for SlideShare is slideshare.net. So we remove the 3 W's here and we use site colon and then slideshare.net. Okay. After I press enter, if you see all the results are being displayed coming in from SlideShare only. Okay, then I'm using a combination of double quotes and asterisks here. So I'm doing site colon slideshare.net and WordPress designer at asterisk, that is WordPress designer at any company, or normally it will be a company name which is listed here. So if you can see the results clearly, you can see the bold letters are the keywords which we are using, and it is only displaying. So we are telling Google basically to search this particular website and display results coming only from these websites, and also having these keywords in this particular arrangement. Okay, now you can be creative and use different combinations of job titles or different skill sets and see how the results change. Okay, so for any search, whether it's on a job portal, on LinkedIn, or any other platform, always remember that there is no perfect search string for your searches. Okay, so all different people might be thinking in a different way. Only thing what can go wrong is the arrangement of the keywords or the syntax. So if you go wrong with the syntax, you would not get accurate results. Okay, but certainly you can have couple of search strings for one particular search as well. It's just that your thinking thought process is different from others, so you can have a different search string. That's okay. Okay, so going back to the example, this is displaying us WordPress designers at so and so company, and now as we scroll down, we can also see different companies being listed. Okay, so here I am X-raying SlideShare. Okay, now let's see an X-ray GitHub. Now if you know, GitHub is a platform, a repository platform for developers and coders to display their codes, put up their codes. People can people can use those code, pull up and try and test the codes which are being developed by their fellow programmers. Okay, so a typical GitHub profiles looks like this, with a location or an email address or the website of a company or his own website. Okay, but these all fields are not mandatory. Okay, this is depending on how the users write it. So but the mandatory field is the stamp, the date stamp when the user has joined. So right now you can see I haven't logged on to GitHub now, and there is a stamp called as joined on so and so date. So if I only x-ray GitHub as just a keyword, just x-raying GitHub particularly, and I do PHP. Okay, now I get different results which are of course from GitHub, but they get to a page saying there is a page called php.net, then there is some repository displaying some codes and also the keyword PHP. So if I want to only filter results which will only display me user profiles, then I have to watch closely towards the profiles, and I have to also watch the URL. Now in the URL there is not much of change, it's just github.com and slash and then the username of this particular person. So for this particular profile, and you see there is a date stamp. Now all the profiles on GitHub will have this date stamp on their profile. So you see this person has this date stamp, but the date is only changing. So the URL is again the username. So we cannot do much here with the URL. Now what we'll do is we'll try to restrict search results which will have date stamp on his profile. So other pages which have codes or some activity won't have this date stamp. Okay, so I'm using site:/github.com, the domain, and the operator for x-raying a particular website, and then I'm doing joined on in double quotes. Okay, that's why, because I want these exact keywords to show up in the results page, and I'm doing PHP. Now what you see on your screen is basically profiles of people who have got PHP as a keyword on their profile. Okay, so here be careful that there might be a person who might have worked on a particular platform for a while and then not working recently. There are chances that people might not be, but a lot of the time you will find that if it appears on the profile page, it says that these are the popular repositories. This guy has contributed to these kind of repositories, and if you have got some technical knowledge, you would get to know that this guy is working exclusively on PHP. Okay, so I'll just run another example with, say, Ruby. Okay, so I'm putting Ruby, or you can try other keywords. You can see there are a lot of other keywords also written with a particular skill set. Okay, so moving on to the next operator is in URL. Okay, now when we use this particular operator, it will only search for a particular keyword in URLs. Okay, as we saw earlier that there are three different areas when we are putting any keyword on Google. It is searching for three different areas. One is the URL, one is the title of the page, and one is the actual text of the page. So three areas Google is searching. But if we want to only search a particular area of a page or pages, we can use in URL. So similarly, there is another operator which is in title and in text as well. So with in URL, it will only search what's in the URL. Okay, so I'm using Stack Overflow as the website to x-ray. Okay, now you see all the results are being displayed with from Stack Overflow. Okay, and I'm going to use in URL users. Now why I do that is similarly like GitHub, I don't have any particular keyword or a phrase which is common with all the pages. Okay, now they have kept this quite open, so you would see a lot of changes in these pages, but there is a unique pattern of a URL which Stack Overflow is following. Now if you see on the top, you would see stackoverflow.com/users/ a number and slash then the username or a short name of this particular profile. So if you open up any profile, you would find the common word as URL, users. So that means if there is user in the URL of the results coming in from Stack Overflow, then definitely they are profiles. So what I'm doing is I'm using X-ray to X-ray Stack Overflow, and I'm using the keyword users in URL. And along with that, I'm putting in my own keywords which I want, say web-designer. So web developer / designer, or other combinations, or web graphics designer. Okay, so when I open up these profiles, you can see first of all there are only profiles which are being displayed in in the results page. Okay, so sometimes you might get a junk result, then you can depending on the URL pattern or depending on the search results, you can exclude those results. Okay, so we have to always remember that this is Google, this is not a job portal or LinkedIn where we'll always search within the criterias or we'll only get profiles. So simple as that. So you can see this keyword is appearing within the profile here, and this user is having the keyword user in its URL. So here we are only restricting searches to search within URL. So next one is in title. Okay, sorry for the typo here. So what in title does is basically it searches for a particular keyword in a title of a page. Now you can see on the search results page, the screenshot I have pasted is I've simply used the keyword as leadership team, okay, and oil and gas. So it is displaying the websites which have listed their management team or a leadership team under leadership team as a title of a particular page. Okay, so let's run one example for clear understanding. So either if you want to find some senior profiles, you can use the example as how I have displayed. So the combinations for this would be leadership team, management team, meet our board members, or the board, something like this. So you can use these keywords in ORs. Okay, if you want to use OR for operators, then you will have to repeat the operator again. So for example, I want to use leadership team and the management team as two different keywords. We cannot use OR for the keywords. What we can do is in title colon leadership team or in title colon management team and then brackets for this particular search term. Okay, so coming back to our search. So I'm going to run the example once more here. So I'm doing in title and we'll do leadership team. Okay, and I'll use OR, and I have to use the exact set of keywords here, and I'll do management team and I'll use say oil and gas. Okay, so you can see this results, the earlier ones were only 3,150 and this is giving me 15,000. So I've added a keyword in the title, and yes, I have to use brackets for this particular. Whenever you're using OR, we'll have to use close a bracket and open a bracket. Okay, so you see this particular page has been listed under management team. This particular page has been listed under leadership team, management team, and so on. Okay, so whenever you're using, use normal brackets. Also, when you're using double quotes, parenthesis, make sure you're using it from the notepad and not from Word file. So if you basically start typing your search string here, you see the difference between two search strings here. So it gives me fancy quotes. Okay, so fancy quotes won't work accurately on your search engines. Okay, so always use a Word file to create a search string and then save it somewhere later onto a Word file or a WordPad as you wish. Okay, so going back to the in title search, I'm going to now x-ray slideshare.net. Okay, so Google doesn't want us to grab in more data from them. That's why they are displaying CAPTCHA every time now. So we are x-raying a SlideShare here, and I want to use title search, and then I'm also using double quotes here. So look at the search string carefully. Okay, so the x-ray is here, and then I want it to display me profiles or results which have got the keyword CV or resume in its title. So normally this keyword CV, curriculum vitae, or resume is displayed on a title of a particular page, a title of a CV. And on SlideShare is a website where you can put up your document, PDF, or presentation files. So you'll find a lot of people putting up their resumes itself on SlideShare. So I'm using channel sales as one of the example. Okay, and I'm searching this. Okay, so here you can see people who have mentioned resumes. Some people have mentioned CV. Okay, some resumes and so on. I can also make this more flexible and get in more results. I can use curriculum vitae as a keyword, maybe biodata as well. So you can put in more keywords as well. If you want to x-ray one more site along with SlideShare, you can use slide colon slideshare.net, or you can use slideshare colon and that particular website. So here you are broadening your search and getting in results from a couple of multiple websites at the same time. Okay, so the last operator for today's webinar is file type. Now Google allows you to search directly for file types when with some extension. So here file type for normally we'll be searching in for a couple of documents, but for us recruiters and sources, the things which interest us are basically doc files and PDF files, because candidates are having their CVs in this particular format. Okay, there is a possibility of finding Excel sheets, and also possibility of finding a presentation and a couple of other file formats. Okay, so the search on your screen, if you see, I have used file type as one of the operator. Now I'll be using file type colon DOC, that stands for document, DOC of Word file, and then I'm using a keyword my resume, and along with that I'm using cost accounting as a particular keyword. So you can see on the search results it says DOC in square brackets on the left hand side. That means this is a this is a document file, and if you open this, it will download as a document file. Okay, so in this way you can try searching in for documents, resumes. You can also use PDF as one of the combination here. So I have got an example here with file type. So I want to see CVs, so that's why I'll be using DOC, and I also want to get results of profiles which might be, or CVs might be in PDF. So file type colon DOC or file type colon PDF in or, and then I'm doing entitled resume or entitled CV, so any of these, and I'm using software testing and Pune. Okay, so what I see is excuse me. Okay, now what I see is actual resumes of people coming in from different platforms. So there are different search engines, different websites which allow you to post resumes for free, and they can be also x-rayed simultaneously. So your x-ray won't work on job portal sites because they're secure sites. Yes, x-ray will definitely work on LinkedIn, x-ray will work on couple of other job portals which are open. Okay, so you can see there is one called as Pune Diary, and there are a couple of others which can also be x-rayed. So the websites which can be x-rayed, you can use this particular search command for this. There is one saying resumeshunt.com. So this is also a website which can be x-rayed. So with this particular search string, what I'm doing is trying to search for software testing people and having the keyword Pune. Okay, now internet search will give you a lot of junk result, and there will be no accurate search string to give you exact set of results. You will have to constantly keep on changing your search strings, changing your strategy, changing some keywords in order to suit your particular search. Okay, so you cannot have one particular search string ready and then your next time you're working on to a different skill set. So for example, looking or sourcing for development roles and then coming on to testing or support role and then replacing the keywords, that won't work exactly fine. So what you have to do is you always have to build up nice search string in order to allow this process to flow very smoothly. You can have a directory of keywords. So normal skill sets which you are normally hiring in for, you can build up a directory and share amongst your team. And whenever, say for example, you are searching for core Java, you're searching for mobile application developer, or say software testing, then you can have those skill set of a particular skill or particular full form, short forms into one like in a database or in a Word file or an Excel file, anything, and you can use those keywords whenever you are searching. So this will help you when you are searching on LinkedIn as well or on the job portals as well. So one person can basically do this, and once your colleague is going to work on this requirement sometime later on, it will be very useful for him. Okay. Now, along with these advanced Google operators and some basic ones, there are a couple of others as well. So, for example, there is one called as range search, there is one called as near search. So, this will also help you filter down results, but we have only picked up few main ones which can be very useful in day-to-day life. Okay. So, that's it for this particular levels webinar. Wish you all the best for level 1 and submitting, and also for the coming up next levels like level 2 and level 3. If you have any questions, any technical problems related to the portal, related to the interface, or related to the questions, anything, you can write us to us on spl@sourcingadda.com, and we will be glad to help you immediately, in the working hours only. So please, give us some time between weekend or after 7-8 p.m. if we do not, respond. If you send us a query and we do not respond to it immediately. Okay. So I have a question coming up from Dipali, and she's asking me, when do you use minus job or minus jobs? Okay, so very good question. Okay, so whenever you are searching for a particular keyword, now I'm using minus job in my search string. That will sometimes remove off jobs, and it will sometimes also keep the keyword jobs with an S. Okay, so if you find a particular keyword being coming up again and again, then type in the exact spelling of the keyword and then use the minus operator again. So for example, if you're looking getting couple of results on jobs, so you can do minus jobs and continue minus jobs. Okay, so a particular keyword, when you are searching onto Google or removing off from the results, it doesn't take a part of a word. Okay, so for example, I want to look for, say, chartered accountants, and I'm using the word, say, chartered. Okay, charter, CHART. Okay, if I'm using chart, then chartered word won't come up in the search results, so you have to use the exact complete word. Okay, but if there is something after the space, the word and then the space, then it will pick up. But Google or any search engine does not pick up half portion of a particular word. Okay, so I hope I have answered your question. If you guys have any other question, you can put it up in the chat box, or you can tag us on Sourcing Adda. You already might be knowing the Twitter handle. So I assume this is the end of this webinar, and there are no more questions. Just wanted to let you know about other events which will be taking care of in these months. So we have come back to the timing of 4 p.m. now. Earlier we had temporarily on a trial basis tried the 8 p.m. slot, but assume that a lot of people are already home or traveling at that time, so we are again back to our original timing, which is 4 p.m., unless there is some change which we specifically notify well in advance. So we'll have tweet chats on first Wednesday of every month. We use hashtag sourcing chat here, so you will be getting mailers regarding the upcoming tweet chat. Then there is free webinar on every third Wednesday of every month. So this particular month is the Sourcing Premier League, so we won't have any separate webinar as such for this month as a monthly webinar. So we'll be doing 2 more webinars. There will be a second webinar for level 2 coming up soon next week. Then there is third webinar which will be coming up after the third level starts. Okay, so for learning purpose, everybody can join, the contestants as well, or anybody else who is not participating in the contest and wants to come for the webinar, they can also join us. Okay, we'll be doing G Plus Hangout with some industry experts and speakers. We'll be welcoming on every 4th Wednesday of every month. Okay, we call it SA Live, as in hashtag SA Live for this particular hangout. We are currently also having WhatsApp groups. So we have a group for every city: Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, Ahmedabad. Yes, and we might have more if we have more people joining us for the groups. So what we do on these groups is we only have discussions related to recruitment, or we have some advice being asked here. We have discussion on every Wednesday. We have a discussion going on sourcing under groups. It's a common discussion through all the groups of the cities. okay, and then we write a blog on the particular discussion. Okay, so please participate in the discussions. You can always give your views, you can ask for advice. There are a lot of experts in the group as well. Okay, then we have meetups going on different cities. So meetups calendar is not fixed. We decide on a particular day or time, and we put it up onto the WhatsApp groups, and then we can decide on times. Okay, so if you want to join our WhatsApp group, please email us. You can use the same email, which is spl at spl@sourcingadda.com. Just send in a line saying that you want to get added to this particular cities group, and we will add you in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so thank you for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short quick learning session. We already done this webinar, but a lot of new joiners in our platform, and you guys are also participating in the SPL. So just wanted to focus once again on the basics. We'll be back with the level 2 webinar with some more advanced skills, so stay tuned please. Have a good evening. Bye bye.